Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Falcons take over first down 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here we go. Opposite. Green. Come on, 38.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34.
Well, Buck, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Falcons at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. First and 10, it's Patterson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
That's into the hands of Edwards. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And some space here. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 44 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
first down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Fields flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Give to Patterson, running to the right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, going back to Patterson. And some room to run now. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
Fight, 97.
Quick pass out to Miller. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Palardy. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And it will be Falcon football.
On the double.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling-out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the 2nd quarter.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
throwing on third down. Fields. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Ready?
On second down, a run with Patterson. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Touchdown Falcons! Jonnu Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now Fields. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
The punt team on now as from their end zone they get it away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's 2nd and 8. Blitz coming and down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Ridder and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
They'll set up a throw.
And complete to Drake London. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And this will be caught by Edwards. And he's going to get this down near the 25. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. This pass is caught by London.
Touchdown!
Drake London.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Falcons would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 21-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw. And firing a deep ball for Kmet.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the first down on 3rd down.
On first down, it's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around with a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back onto the line of scrimmage. Now it's Fields. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Santos' kick is up and through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like the empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's Michael Palardy now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, here's Fields. He hits Mooney going across the middle.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields forced out to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
They'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and he makes the score 21-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Throws right back to London, complete again.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. They'll look to throw again.
And caught by London. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Let's go now. Yellow, line. 12, 10.
A right side run with Patterson.
Room here to run. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his second rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Fields. Dancing to his left. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he will be out of bounds well shy of the marker. So that's a turnover on downs. Great job defensively. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter. This is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And he takes this all the way down to the Bears 11. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check right. Ready?
Running left, here's Patterson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A huge play there for Chicago. 55 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. On play action, Fields. They'll roll him out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, 14 yards. And the Bears get a bit closer.
The Bears will line up for the conversion.
Fields trying to throw for it. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw again on second down. Fields. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Bears. Velus Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Trying to run it in with Montgomery. And he'll get in for the 2 points, as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And a good job here by the Falcons, their hands team, able to recover it. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On second down, it's Pollard, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Yellow.
Going to run again here with Pollard. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here's a give to Patterson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're going to look to throw. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And it's complete, right back in the hands of Smith. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Back to the ground now, Patterson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And even 150 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep